Another 90. Professional cry. Minute to read. When did they make her ambassador? After that match, or she's always been the Okay. Glycerine. 30 seconds to read. Fifteen to read. Stand by red in 10 seconds. Red in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll red. On air in 2 minutes. And 90 seconds to air. Is the clock right, engineering? Thirty seconds to air. Fifteen. Going on air in 10 seconds. On air in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On air.
Sharjah over the years has staged some of the most epic battles. This HBL PSL has been no different. Last ball finishes and celebrations to savour, high on emotion and drama. We've seen it all. As the arena prepares to host its final game for the HBL PSL this season, a treat in store. It's the leading run scorer up against the leading wicket taker. The hardest hitters in the game up against a teenage sensation. A battle of two of the greatest minds in cricket. Karachi, Islamabad, Kings United. Game on. This is the eliminator. It's the final match here in Sharjah. It's Karachi Kings against Islamabad United, and the loser goes out. We say goodbye to the team that loses, and the team that wins goes through They go through to another match in the knockout match against Peshawar. Peshawar, who of course won here in an absolute thriller last night by 1 run. Peshawar lost, of course, to Quetta, but this is all about Islamabad and Karachi. Let's go downstairs now to Ramiz Raja. He's there with the toss. It's brought to you by Allied Bank, Aapke Dilmain Hamara account.
Well, conditions set fair here in Sharjah as we enter the eliminator stage. The two captains are out here. Sangha has the coin. Roshan Manama is the match referee.
Tails is the call.
Tails is the call. Roshan, what is it?
It is tails.
It's come down as a tail. Misbah, so after a long last, you won the toss. What have you decided?
You're going to bowl first.
Yeah, I think the pitch looks pretty decent, but second time around in the playoff, we saw a lot of dewy conditions. Could that be the reason?
Yeah, that was the reason. I mean, in the last game, in the playoff, a lot of dew. And also, I mean, keeping in view the short boundaries in Sharjah, sometimes it's easy to just chase down. But at the end of the day, I think we need to just put things right and looking to do that today.
Champions in the first edition, how's the pressure tonight?
No, I don't think so. There is any sort of pressure. I mean, if you take that sort of pressure, you cannot deliver. So that's the talk through the team also. Just enjoy the game and enjoy the situation and enjoy your game.
All right, any team changes at all?
Yeah, there's 3 changes. Sam Talat still pulled his hamstring. Is not okay. So Asif Ali is back for him. Ahmad, but for Saeed Ajmal, and obviously Duckett is not here. So Puran is here.
Okay, enjoy it.
Thank you.
Sangha, I mean, the take has got to be a positive one, I guess. Eliminator, fine, but you need to win, and you have got the team to win it also.
Yeah, I think we've got a very good team. Very proud of the way the boys have played up to now. It's another opportunity for us to do well.
I mean, peaking at the right time, they say, is crucial, and you seem to be doing that now.
Well, hopefully, there's a do-or-die game for both sides. So hopefully we'll do our basics well, set up a good total, and then defend it.
Team changes?
No, we're playing the same team.
All right, okay, have a good one.
Thank you.
Right, the news from the centre out here is that United have won the toss and elected to bowl first.
Misbah ul Haq is pretty handy with tosses. He wins more than he loses. Bazi Khan is alongside. Baz, that's good, isn't it? I mean, if you win the toss to bowl first, because last night we saw the dew affect the bowlers, but not Mohammad Nawaz in the last over.
Yeah, Alan, but it did affect them a lot.
Yeah.
It didn't spin for them. The ball sort of skidded onto the bat, and it made stroke play so much more easier. Once you're batting in those conditions, I think Nawaz just bowls those Yorkers. If you can deliver those Yorkers, you can bowl it with a bar of soap.
Yeah, Karachi beaten them twice this year. Both matches rain affected, but Islamabad, defending champions, have not beaten Karachi this season.
Yes, Islamabad depend heavily on their bowling. Their bowling has stood up in this PSL too. They've really bowled well. The fast bowlers, Sami, Roman Reis, Mohammad Irfan. I think the batting has yet to come to the party. Yes, they've scored a few runs, but it's not their strength. If their batting does come to the party, then it's a whole different scenario. And right now, the bowling is what is getting them through. So they have to get their batting in order.
All right, let's take a look then at the two teams for tonight's match. It is, of course, the eliminator. Let's look at Karachi. Babar Azam, Chris Gale, Sangakkara, Malik, Pollard, Bopara, Imad Wasim, Sohail Khan, Mohammad Amir, Usama Mir, the leg spinner, and Usman Khan, the left arm quickie. Same team that beat Islamabad in Dubai in the 15-over rain-affected match. But Baz, what about this team? This is now Islamabad. They've got a few changes.
Yeah, Puran comes in obviously for Ben Duckett, and you've got Shane Watson, Brad Haddon, Misbah ul Haq, but the middle order hasn't really fired. Shadab Khan is the mystery leg spinner, if you like. Imad Butt is back in the team. So they've got 4 fast bowlers, so they're sticking with their strength, which is fast bowling. But they'll need a little bit more today.
The youngster Shadab Khan has done so well. Mohammad Sami has been a wonderful bowler. Dwayne Smith is the powerhouse at the top of the order. They rely heavily on him. Brad Haddon started off with runs, has gone into a bit of a lean spell. This man, Shane Watson, has contributed with bat and ball. And the skipper is the man who's the glue, keeps them all together. Saeed Ajmal as well, Mohammad Irfan. Yeah, Mohammad Irfan he's got that steepling bounce. But what about Karachi? Now, Karachi, Gale has just started to find a bit of form.
Yeah, the last couple of games, these players, Imad Wasim obviously, but Sohail Khan, top wicket taker. But the last couple of games, they've gained a little bit of momentum, if I can say that. They've become a little better as a unit, and that shows because they're playing the same team again. So there's a bit of stability in that team. So confidence going through.
I think any team would be a little apprehensive when they know that Kumar Sangakkara can call on the likes of Pollard and Gale, who can demolish an opposition attack in just minutes. All right, we're going to a break as we prepare for this eliminator here tonight. It's the Islamabad United team lining up. Are they lining up for a crack at the final? They're the defending champions.
Go break. 3 minutes on the break. Two minutes on the break. Another minute 45. Minute 45. Seconds. Minute left on the break. Mm-hmm. 30 seconds. $20 seconds. 10 to Pink. Stand by Pink. Pink in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll Pink. Back in 10. Back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back.
What a beautiful evening we have tonight, and can Islamabad eclipse Karachi today? Because they haven't done it this season, even though Islamabad have a 3-2 lead. Those 3 matches, those 3 wins were last season. Yes, it's Karachi who hold all the aces. Isn't that just the most wonderful shot? Let's go back to earth now, shall we? To have a look at the pitch report by Melanie Jones. The pitch and weather, it's brought to you by Super High Zindagi.
Well, the first thing we notice about this pitch is the discoloration that Ian Bishop chatted about yesterday is well and truly gone. But when I'm a batter and I'm setting myself up, the two things that I do notice are the footholds of the bowlers from yesterday's game. Just a little dry patch as a right-hander. If I change your own to a left-hander, just a little bit more there. So I'm going to be slightly wary of that. In terms of the weather, 22 degrees and only a 2% chance of rain, which is fantastic. The key thing for me, though, is the conditions in the second 20 overs where the dew starts to settle a lot. And what that means for a bowler is that the seam isn't as dry, it gets a little bit wet and damp, which is a lot harder to spin and grip. And then what it does also is it skids off the pitch a little bit, which makes it a lot easier for me as a batter as well. All in all, though, still think there's a lot of runs on offer.
Thank you, Melanie. Let's ask you, Baz. Last night we saw Quetta score 121 in their first 10 overs. It looks like a fast-scoring pitch. We're going to have more of the same?
Yeah, very much so. I'm not concerned about the pitch. The pitch looks absolutely beautiful for batting, but it's the dew that will play a factor. If there's dew, then it's difficult bowling second.
It certainly will be, because we saw the dew taking its effect. But Mohammad Nawaz last night came to the party. All right, it's now Karachi Kings lining up for their moment of glory. Remember, this is the eliminator. Whoever wins this goes through to a knockout match against Peshawar. The losers are out.
Go break.
Good stuff. Baz. Sorry, what did you say there? But you said the pitch? I couldn't hear.
I said I'm not concerned about the pitch. It's the dew that I'm concerned about.
Minute.
He has not washed his hands, by the way. He has not washed his hands, Gavin, for the record. Which one is it? Well, name him and shame. It's not Hassan, is it? Who is it? Yeah, don't make him catch the ball, says Bazid. It's not Hassan Rosa, it's the other one. I think don't make him catch the ball now. He doesn't wash his hands. Yeah, they do. Is it?
30 seconds. We'll have 5 minutes in this segment. 20 seconds, 10 to Pink. Stand by Pink. Pink in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll Pink. Back in 10 seconds. Back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back.
Welcome back. In terms of the international influence on this particular match, we've got to certainly have a West Indian flavour. Let's drop into a Caribbean conference, and it's led by Ian Bishop.
Great pleasure to talk to two men who provide the power at the top and at the back end of the batting innings, Dwayne Smith and Karen Pollard. Dwayne, let me start with you, leading run scorer by 1 in the PSL so far. How does the form feel?
I'm feeling great, and I'm hoping that I can continue with this game tonight. But it's just to get in some good performances for my team, and that's how I always look to do. And I know it's the only form of cricket now that I have, so because I've just retired 2 days ago officially from West Indies cricket, so it's just to move on now and look to get into better places.
All right, breaking news here with Dwayne Smith. Karen, for yourself, your form?
Yeah, it has been there and thereabouts. You know, the start of the tournament, you know, the opportunities were a bit limited. Again, as usual, once Pollard hasn't scored any runs, there are a lot of talk floating around. But again, it's about getting opportunities and performing when it's needed. So it happened in the last 2 games, so you know, just looking for it to continue.
I want to talk a little bit about that. Dwayne, you managed to get a 70 and complete a run chase here not that long ago. How does it feel to finish the innings having started it?
Oh, it feels great. That's something that I look to do because I know that once I achieve that, I can get good runs. And I'm a free-scoring batsman, so once I know that I can bat as much balls as I can, I know that I get good scores.
Karen, you don't actually have that opportunity, but as you said, is coming in after over number 15 something that you enjoy, or would you prefer more?
Bishan, I think you know what I prefer. You know, getting the opportunity to, you know, hit a few balls off him at the bat, you know, run a couple runs, get your sweat on your back, and, you know, then analyze from there. But, you know, when you're playing a team, there's situations and there's guys for situations. And if I'm the guy for that situation, batting over 15 in this team, well, that's what, you know, I'm going to do. I'm going to try to do it to the best of my ability. But I said, you know, my preference.
All right, I knew all of that, but new audience, I still had to ask. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Well, there we are. Didn't know that. Dwayne Smith officially retired from West Indies cricket, but he's certainly doing the job for Islamabad. He's the leading run scorer in the HBL PSL for this year. Babar Azam for Karachi, 265. He scored 47 not out in the rain-affected match here. And Riley Rousseau for Quetta, Kevin Peterson for Quetta, and Ahmed Shahzad also for Quetta. Right, you're convener of selection now. Who would you rather select first, Pollard or Smith in your side?
In a T20 game?
Yeah.
I think Pollard.
You'd go for Pollard, would you?
Because basically he's won Karachi the last 2 games and he's got you into this position.
Would you bat him higher? You're still the convener of selectors now, okay? Would you bat him higher?
Who, PCB or West Indian convener?
You can be whatever you like, whichever.
Which one pays better?
You'll have to talk to the management about that. But you are all right. You're in the PCB now.
Yeah.
You have to pick Pollard. You pick Pollard. Where would you bat him? What number?
I think whenever you've got 8, 9 overs to go, he has to come in because he needs a little bit of time to then get in and hit those big shots. But you want him there at least at the 11th or 12th over because then he's very, very dangerous. But you don't want him to push him up the order too much because he's the finisher for you.
He is. Do you see this as a battle between Karachi's batsmen and the strength of Islamabad's bowling?
I think it's more of a battle for Islamabad's batsmen to stand up because their bowling has done tremendously well and they're bound to have a bad day. It's the batting to get them through now.
All right, let's just give you a couple of pointers right here as to what we might be looking at the Karachi Kings winning ways here. Teams win 70% of their matches in the PSL when they don't lose a wicket in the power play. Karachi, this is, and they win 77% of matches when Pollard hits 3 or more sixes in a T20. Yeah, well, I can understand that bit. What about Islamabad? Teams win 100% of matches when Mohammad Sami takes at least 3 wickets, and he's been bowling fantastically. And United win 82% of their matches when they concede less than 45 in overs 1 to 6. Right, there you go. Okay, so I'm going to put our convener here on the spot. Who's going to win this one? Who's going home?
Oh, very difficult one, but I just think that with the toss winning, Islamabad have the upper hand.
Islamabad have the upper hand. All right, that's it. Islamabad, they won the toss. It's Karachi who are going to bat first.
1. Go break. 4 minutes on the break. Next is start of world feed, everyone. Start of world feed next. Sponsors. It's okay. That's okay. In post show we can thank them.
Right, listen, quick one. So we're going to have the new factor early. You know, yesterday we dumped the table and there's no need to see it now. So it's match run here on AR, yeah. Toss up
3 minutes to start off world feed next. 3 minutes. Stand by red. Titles.
What are they doing?
30 seconds.
Oh, yeah, I can't see it.
20 to red. 10 to red. Stand by red in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll red. On air in 2 minutes, everyone. To start the world. 30 seconds. Seconds. Stand by 10 seconds to on air one. Going on air in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Always a pleasure to be here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. It's the big one, the eliminator, Karachi Kings v Islamabad United. Right. It's a lovely cricket stadium. At the toss, Misbah called correctly and opted to bowl first. Straightforward decision for him. Right, the two teams then. Karachi Kings first, and I've got Danny Morrison to describe the 11.
Yeah, they were unchanged, so no surprises from that victory the other night, which was good to see the big West Indian come good there with that 44 and You look at the lineup there with Pollard striking it of late, very clean and long. Ravi B brings so much to it. Can he step up tonight? Ahmad Wasim, I love the swing kings there, Sohail and Mohamed Amir, and the young spinners and the young lefty there, Usman, was very, very exciting for all of us.
Yeah, they look a good unit. What about Islamabad United, led by Misbah Haq?
Well, the team that hasn't beaten Karachi this year have 3 changes to begin with, so let's kick that off. Nicholas Pooran, the West Indian, comes in for Ben Duckett. Hassan Talat is injured, so Asif Ali comes in, and then Ajmal goes out, replaced by medium quick Ahmad Butt. And we've mentioned it already, Dwayne Smith, top of the order, one of the leading run scorers, is certainly going to be key for them.
Right then, qualifier, number 1, Quetta 1 by 1 run. What a heart-racing thriller that was. They are into the finals, and this is the eliminator tonight. Whosoever loses goes back home. And, well, there's a knockout on March 3, and then the final at Lahore. Right then, here we go. The drone act. Bit of a tester for the umpires as well. Catch a cricket ball, and they've not disappointed us so far. Chris Gale is out there with Babar Azam, and if they get cracking, it could be a lot of entertainment, especially this man on the screen, Chris Gale. 44 of 17 deliveries in the last game, and he sets the pace for Karachi Kings. Can he do that once again?
I think everyone's certainly hoping so, even potentially some United fans, because when this man gets going, it is simply scintillating to watch. His usual pre-batting routine is to set himself up almost mid-pitch, get a good view of what's going on. He doesn't do a lot of that when he's batting, though.
Look at the sheen on this Sharjah pitch. Looks a beauty.
I turned up with my razor blade this afternoon, had a quick shave, Rambo.
Yeah, looks pristine. Babar Azam, well, he's got loads of talent. Babar Azam now opens the innings in T20 cricket, and what a partner to have. If you are to go by the first playoff, this should be another cracker. Same pitch, and a lot of value hitting the ball up in the air, short fences. Mohammad Irfan can get it at chin height, is tall, 7'1". On any pitch, he can be a handful. Best of 3 for 22. And he's been given an attacking field. 2 slips in place. Here we go then. First eliminator. Yeah, hits the bat hard with his first delivery.
No surprise there, having a look at the pitch just an hour ago. That's what you noticed too. It's still exceptionally hard. The ground staff here at Sharjah have done a wonderful job bringing up this pitch for 2 days. And well, we saw 400 runs scored on it yesterday, and a couple of other big scoring matches right throughout this tournament as well.
And Ramiz Raj used to pop that into his suitcase, the pitch, and take it with him everywhere.
Slab. It's the confidence with which he's batting that is so obvious and so refreshing, because there's no stopping him. His balance is generally very good at the crease, so once he gets behind the line of the ball, he's got options to offer on both sides of the pitch.
For me, he's been one of the finds of the second edition of the HBL PSL. Consistent, isn't he? Look how consistent Babar Azam is. Been in Australia with the national side, and particularly on this 22 yards, and then earlier on in Dubai where it came on a bit more. Absolutely fantastic.
Oh, he wants a single. Got to be careful. If Chris Gale is your partner, he's an immovable property at the non-striker's end.
He did not move an inch, Rambo. There was no way known he was going anywhere on that occasion. The other thing for me, for Azam too, he's had 3 different batting partners as well. Obviously, he's had Chris Gale for the last 2 innings. He's had Kumar Sangakkara, and then he had Mahela as well. So even though there's been that change at the other end, he's still consistently hit runs.
Finds the fielder once again, just closing the face of the blade on that one. And so he lost a bit of power behind the drive. But it's an excellent start, excellent beginning by Islamabad United. If he has a good day, Mohammad Irfan, then obviously they mean business. They can attack from the word go. No runs yet on the board, and 4 balls bowled. And now there's change in the field pattern. Finally comes into the ring, square leg goes back. As you can pre-read him a bit with his length, so good intelligent hitters will be on the back foot looking to make room and hit him over mid-wicket. That's an excellent line.
Sure is, Rambo. Marvellous start this from Mohammad Irfan. Sure, he's 7'1", but you still got to be on the button with the radar, and this guy is. Pressure starts mounting. Almost that music you see in basketball in the United States starts revving up with the shot clock coming down. It's a bit like this now with 5 dot balls on the trot. There is pressure on Babar Azam to get things happening.
Running, nice one.
He's not yet off the mark. What a great beginning. It's a maiden from Irfan. Karachi Kings, none for none. Got to give credit to Islamabad United for fielding 2 emerging players, Shadab Khan and Ahmad Butt. As a rule, they can play one, but obviously they feel that there's enough talent in these 2 young kids to make them part of the playing 11.
Yeah, fantastic signs for Islamabad United when they've got such key young players. Sammy now on.
Gale gets beaten. Good line, good length. Just slight shape away from the left-hander's off stump.
Yeah, I love about this, you've got Gale from the Caribbean, Smith, Dwayne Smith, that is on the other side. So those 2 big bullies against each other here. At the moment, it's Gale on show because of the toss. And Mohammad Sami. Wonderful start for him. It'll feel so good. Guru bowling coach Wasim Akram would love this start.
This is tremendous beginning by the United. Showing no nerves, on target. They look focused. And it's been a remarkable entry into limited overs cricket for Mohammad Sami, forgotten by Pakistan. And making a re-entry in cricket at this level through these private leagues.
Listen to this crowd now. Slip in for Gale.
Leaves it well alone. He's smart enough really to know which bowler he can attack. So if you're going to give him a bit of a headache or trouble outside the off stump, he'll be glad to leave those deliveries. The HBL VIP box. Featuring young kids with colourful headgear and Pepsi catch a crore. Get ready, there'll be a 6 or 2 coming your way very soon.
Nine dots on the trot. Make that 10. Oh, could we have 2 maidens? Love a maiden in a row.
Well, we've had some tremendous highs and lows from batting point of view. We've seen 5 runs to be defended, and then 14 runs taken care of by Pollard, who hit 2 sixes of the last 2 balls. And here, Chris Gale has been sitting quietly, not yet off the mark. Makes room, finds the fielder at mid-on. Nothing is moving for the Karachi Kings yet.
Well, the very first time in PSL history that a game has started with 11 dot balls. No surprise there. It's a phenomenal record. Well, for viewers in Pakistan, you can watch the game on cricketgateway.pk and also through PSL-T20.com. And for everyone outside of Pakistan, or international viewers, it's cricketgateway.com.
Watch out for a big hit here. Chris Gale not yet off the mark. Oh, it's been dropped by the keeper, but that's not important. Importance is off. Wonderful bowling from United. 2 maidens on the trot, would you believe it? Kings still not off the mark. Getting a bit frustrated. Nothing is happening for the Kings. 13 dot balls. It's got to be a record, is it, Mazza? It is, yes, in PSL history.
So at the toss, you say, look, we're going to have 20 overs, but you're going to have 18. That's what's happening at the moment. What a stop this is by Haddon. The old bugger down the leg side.
Not even 18, Danny. 17.5. No H on that occasion. Oh, beautiful shot. Once again, the balance was sublime. That is where he scores points. It's a cool and cool boundary, and it has come from this bat of Babar Azam.
Kept his cool. That was the most important thing. This is the line I think he really enjoys, because he can bring that bottom hand in. We've spoken about how he just closes the face sometimes a little bit just to open up that onside. And that one shot has brought a change in the field. A mid-wicket now coming into play.
Oh, it's the bouncer and a good one from Irfan. It was awkwardly played by Babar Azam. It's a desperate stop. Is it a fair stop? I'm sure this will be referred.
Yeah, dangerous. You can see this happening. I'm surprised it hasn't happened earlier in this tournament. The desperation, wonderful delivery, because the line was a ripper. Got up around near throat height, but this, it just lands in that awkward area where two players go for it, and that could have been nasty with a collision. Nicholas Poran got airborne here, had to get up, and I think we'll see it's a boundary. Yeah, touching. Left boot touching. So that'll be a boundary. Yeah, another one.
Yeah, the lack of communication there. One almost ended up in an injury to one of the players, but I think in that situation as well, it's Puran coming around the boundary and had the better look at it.
Oh, that's gone like a tracer bullet. Really did travel. Just a feather edge, nothing more than that. He hardly seemed to have hit it, just making use of that tremendous pace and bounce from Irfan.
Well, we had back-to-back maidens, now we've got a hat-trick of boundaries. Was pumping along here in the second semi. Mohammed Afan. They're not bad deliveries. And 3 have gone for 4 on the try.
Yeah, that's delicately done. Oh, magic timing from Babar Azam. Just a flick of the wrist and he was ready for this full-length delivery. He tried to bounce him out, that didn't happen, that didn't materialize, and then trying to put him off his feet by bowling a fuller length. And how good was Babar? Electric shot.
How good is he? He's been fantastic all PSL. 13 deliveries with dot balls to start this innings. Now, 4 boundaries in a row. Chances of going 13 straight. Danny Morrison.
Well, this is why you love this game. T20, he's going to change the angle here as Mohamed Irfan. Had a wee chat with the skipper. Let's change the angle, big guy. Babar Azam. Talk about Mahela and the wrist work of that Sri Lankan superstar. Watch out for this kid.
Gets it past the infield. But that'll be controlled and fielded by the man in the deep. Bit of hesitation for the second run. Chris Gayle makes his ground. I think he's in. It was a laborious second run. Well, the review on a three-wheeler. Let's see what the fans think. OUT. OUT. Well, some of them saying it's a not out. I feel that it's a not out. What do you think, Mel?
Yeah, I'm with you there, Rambo. Really good work there by Brad Haddon. Chris Gayle was just waiting to see if Babar Azam was going to come back. So that pause there meant that Brad Haddon can get himself ready because he knew he was always going to throw Chris Gayle's end. He then just had to top it off by taking off the zing bails. Blade's across the line. Blade is staying down in touch with the ground. So it looks as if Chris Gayle is well and truly back.
Just a little surprised that the umpire had to throw it back to the third umpire because he was in perfect position ready to see it. He was on top of the action. 18 without a wicket. Qatar Airways, decision pending. Got to be a green light for Gayle.
Crowd like it too. You could hear them just erupt in applause there. They want to see this man tee off as he did the other evening, and then probably a little bit more. 44 from 17 in his comeback match.
Quietly plays it down for a run. He's off the mark. Danny, 1 from 7.
Boring.
Very.
Come on, big man. I tell you what, it is great to see is that Gayle has come up to open. I think in his rightful position, he was so out of nick, so out of form in this edition that he had to drop down to 3. Something had to be done. Got man of the match in the last game, 44. And Babar Azam has been helping out massively because he is in a purple patch of note.
A strike rate of 0. It's a run rate now of 5.70. Yeah, he hit 4 boundaries of the 4 deliveries. This was beautifully done. Very wristy, artistic stuff. Yeah, and Mahela would be proud of that flick off the pads. Very Mahela-like. Slow ball has been taken care of. Irfan gave up the chase very quickly. Once again, reading the slackness of the ball and working it away into the gap. 22 from 14, outscoring Chris Gayle.
Well, I think Babar Azam has picked up a variety of different shots from all the openers he's played with so far in this PSL. That was the slower ball out of the back of the hand. Picked it up early, knew that fine leg was up, knew he just had to noodle it past him. And as we've mentioned, and everyone knows here at Sharjah, very small boundaries.
Hit the toe end of the bat, still gets a single.
I've noticed with Babar Azam, as he watches the ball so well, hits it so late. I think you batting stars talk about being under the eyes and hitting it late, and some of them go so much behind point. Yeah, those open square drives he's so good at. Wonderful to see.
Yeah, because of that he opens the options. He plays the ball late and so can create different angles. Gayle quietly plays it down for a run.
It's not too often that you start to think to yourself, let's give Babar Azam the single and let's get Gayle on strike. Usually everyone's trying to get Gayle off strike because of his power hitting. But that man on screen, his form has been sensational. Strike rate at the moment of 153, and that was after facing a maiden.
That's a good delivery. Nice and full from the left arm. 25 without a wicket after 4 overs. Batting lineup is pretty classy. Malik with loads of experience. Pollard, we know, can be deadly dangerous down the batting order. I don't know whether he'll bat at that position or not, but if he does, I think he'll add value to this lineup. Bopara, Imad, they bat deep, they bat quick. It's a good side. They've got a leg spinner in there, and Osama Mir, and 2 fast bowlers who can swing the ball. It's a very balanced playing 11 by Kings.
Yeah, they've spent, haven't they? They've certainly bought some star quality. A lot of stars here in Sharjah as well. Shazad Roy, he performed at the opening ceremony with a little Q-Mobile selfie moment with all the fans. Get down there, Melanie. They're missing you.
So Sami is switched ends. He's bowling now from Sharjah club end. It's a smash. Don't bother running for that, Chris. That was crisply hit.
A couple of little danger signs here for United. Well, one is up the other end at the moment because Azam was 23 from 16, and now all of a sudden Chris Gale starting to find the middle of the blade, sets himself deep, just got a little bit deeper in the crease on that occasion to create that length.
Well, the beauty there for Gale is he likes the ball sliding on. Not too fast these days, doesn't like it whistling around his grill, but Sammy, if he's slightly over-pitched, it's a lovely pace sliding on the Sharjah strip.
Strike from Chris Gale is finding some sweet timing now.
Yeah, danger signs once again, isn't it? Because at this stage, the ball before he sat deep in his crease to hit it through the offside. On this occasion, he's just moved himself to the leg. And there he goes there, opens up the front leg, hits it to pretty much the same spot though.
Got his eye on as the big Jamaican. He's seen enough here. He has faced 10 deliveries after all. He's only striking at 100. But courtesy of back-to-back boundaries, he can play catch-up like no other.
It's not that Mohammad Sami is spraying the ball around, but it's just that Chris Gale has the ability to move away from the line and create room. Well, he means business now. After a slow start, he's warming up to the task. Yeah, it was mighty good to watch. 44 of just 17 deliveries. Yeah, I mean, he was ferocious. Great against spin. Very good against pace.
Yeah, it was Gale of old. Got to say, I was out of my chair and enjoying it immensely. He's been a heck of a talent in this fabulous format for a long time now, and everyone just wants to see him keep going.
Oh, very good delivery. Yorker from Mohammad Sami.
Fantastic delivery. Full straight, just the last second. Chris Gale managed to just clamp down on it, get a little bit of bat on it. Gutsy move on Sammy on 2 occasions, a couple of deliveries before he went short, and if he got that wrong with width, he would have gone. On this occasion, goes with the Yorker on the stumps. If he got that slightly wrong, Chris Gale would have been all over it.
Slow ball is hit back, long on, comes into play, stops the ball. Well, that's the other option available to you. If you can bowl Yorkers, nothing like it, because then he'll not be able to get underneath the ball, even though he wants to create a bit of room and clear his front leg. The other option, and the clever option, is the slow delivery. Just put him off his timing.
So Danny, are bowlers being defensive here and just trying to negate him, or are they still trying to get him out?
With you, Mel, you've got to get him out. But I'm also hearing what Rambo's saying. On this particular pitch, you've got to have a great change-up. And you've got to be brave enough to bowl it any given time of the situation that's unfolding as a bowler.
There's too much leg side on this occasion, Babar Azam. He picks up a run of the last ball. Run rate is exactly 735 without a wicket.
Shift in tempo here for the Karachi Kings, 35 without loss. But the first 13 deliveries of the innings were dots. In other words, not scored off of for those new to the game. Looking on intently in this Eliminator Pepsi Catch a Crow. It's been a feast of catches in the crowd, particularly here in Sharjah, where the ball has been deposited into a corporation of spectators. Roman Reis to continue. His first over went for 7. Last over of the power plays upon us. Just a question to Alan Wilkins and Basit Khan. We often talk about catching up in T20 cricket in any form of the game, and it's something that I sort of had a little squeeze about over my time playing and watching the game with guys who like to catch up, and Gale does it better than most times anyway. Sometimes it doesn't quite work and those deliveries don't come back. Is there any way a batsman in T20s can come to the crease better set than having to take a couple of overs to get in?
Terrific question there, Bish, but we talked about form earlier in this PSL. You need to be in form in T20s. Can't really get into batting form through a T20 series. Very, very difficult. I think Chris Gale, you've got to probably not count as a normal cricketer.
I'm not talking about just Gale only. Babar Azam took an over to get going as well, and a lot of other cricketers do it. I'm not speaking specifically to Gale, I'm talking generally.
Well, Bish, you imagine last night we had the most dramatic procession of batsmen coming into bat in a high-intensity finish. The stakes couldn't have been higher, and what they were doing, they were sitting down, as we are here, with the bat resting against their leg, and they've got to go out, never mind the mental pressure, the physical pressure, and what they're expected to do. It's just... Here we go. Now Gale, oh my goodness. That's a big hit, not his biggest by any means, but 232nd 6 on the HPL tournament counter.
This was always going to be the battle. Roman Reis with lesser pace than the other two, and Chris Gale, a bit of a slow one, and he's latched onto it. Chris Gayle catching up.
I love you to bits and pieces, in the words of Danny Morrison there, Alan, because I saw that last night as well. It was illuminated to me, you know, just watching a few guys traditionally sitting there with the helmet and pads on and then having to come in and have a go and taking a few balls. So I'm wondering, in the future of T20 cricket in particular, in future, bowled in, inside edge, on to